The rain had been falling for hours, turning the city into a mirror of neon reflections. Puddles glistened on cracked pavement, each ripple spreading the blurred glow of signs advertising bars, pawn shops, and late-night diners. In the middle of this drowned silence, a black sedan crept down a narrow street, its headlights cutting through the curtain of water. The vehicle slowed and came to a stop outside a small jewelry store. Its shutters pulled halfway down as though guarding its treasure from the world. Inside the car, the air was thick with anticipation. 3 masked figures sat in silence, the rhythm of raindrops against the windshield the only sound between them. The leader sat in the front passenger seat, his gloved hands steady on a black duffel bag. His mask was plain, expressionless, but his voice was sharp and commanding. "We have 5 minutes. No more," he said, turning slightly toward the others. His words weren't just instructions, they were a threat. In the back seat, a bulky man pulled a pistol from his coat, checking the magazine with a practiced flick. The gun clicked into place, loaded and ready. Next to him, the smallest of the crew adjusted a black device, no larger than a shoebox. A timer blinked red, its steady pulse ticking down the seconds. She double-checked the wires, her hands trembling slightly. "It'll jam the alarms for exactly 3 minutes," she muttered, her voice muffled under the mask. "If we're still in there after that, we're on our own." The driver tapped nervously on the steering wheel, his eyes darting between the rain-smeared glass and the rearview mirror. Every car that passed, every shadow moving under the streetlight, felt like it was watching. "Police patrols come by here every 20 minutes, he whispered, "and we're right in the middle of that window. We had sloppy. We're done." The leader zipped open the duffel bag, revealing a crowbar, glass cutter, and heavy-duty gloves. He handed the crowbar to the man with the pistol and the glass cutter to the one with the device. His voice cut through the storm outside. "No mistakes, no hesitation. We're ghosts. Understand?" They all nodded, though the tension in the car was impossible to hide. Finally, the leader reached for the door handle. The metal was cold against his skin, the rain pounding louder as if warning him to stay inside. But hesitation wasn't in his nature. He pushed the door open, and the sound of the storm rushed in. The others followed, their boots splashing into shallow puddles, their black clothing blending into the night. The jewelry store loomed ahead, silent and fragile, its glass front reflecting their masked faces back at them. For a moment, the leader paused, his eyes locking on his own reflection in the glass, a distorted, faceless ghost staring back. Then, with a nod, he raised the crowbar, ready to shatter the night and the silence. The storm seemed to hold its breath. The crowbar slammed against the glass, shattering the storefront with a deafening crash. Alarms should have wailed instantly. But instead, there was only the hiss of rain outside. The small device clutched in the hands of the cruise tech specialist hummed faintly, its blinking light steady. 3 minutes, she said urgently, her voice tight with nerves. "Don't waste them." The bulky man stepped forward first, sweeping shards of glass aside with his boot before climbing through the jagged opening. His pistol stayed raised, eyes flicking across the showroom, as if he expected guards to emerge from the shadows. But the shop was deserted. Rows of display cases gleamed in the dim emergency lights, necklaces, rings, and bracelets, sparkling like bait in a trap. The leader followed, tossing the duffel bag onto the counter. "Move!" he ordered. His voice was cold, sharp enough to cut through the sound of the storm outside. The tech specialist quickly slipped in behind him, her small frame almost swallowed by the dark store. She set the device on the counter, keeping one eye on the ticking timer. The bulky man smashed open the first display case with the butt of his pistol, glass crunching under his gloves. He scooped up handfuls of diamond-studded jewelry, shoving them into black velvet pouch. The leader moved methodically, using the glass cutter to pry open another case, his movements precise and calm. He didn't grab everything, only the pieces marked on a folded list tucked into his jacket. The tech specialist noticed. "Why only those?" she asked, stuffing smaller items into the duffel bag. The leader didn't look at her. "Orders?" he muttered. She frowned, but didn't argue. The storm outside seemed to intensify, rain lashing harder against the broken glass. The driver stayed in the car, engine running, windshield wipers beating a frantic rhythm. His hands gripped the wheel tightly, eyes darting to the rearview mirror. For a moment, he thought he saw headlights turning onto the street. His stomach clenched. "Hurry the hell up!" he whispered to himself. Inside, the timer on the device blinked faster. 1 minute gone. The leader checked his watch, his calm exterior cracking just slightly. 2 minutes, he barked. "Pack it up." The bulky man shoved another pouch of jewels into the bag. His breathing heavy inside the mask, the specialist glanced nervously at the timer. "It's cutting close. This thing doesn't give warnings. It just is." The leader zipped the duffel bag shut, slinging it over his shoulder. "Then we're gone." As they stepped back toward the broken entrance, the wail of a siren pierced the storm. The driver's panicked voice came through the tiny earpiece in the leader's ear. "We've got company." "Patrol car just turned the corner." The leader froze for half a second, eyes narrowing. He glanced at the timer. 30 seconds left.